Here we have Link being requested by Mr. Hootie Hennessy, and we are looking at on a daily right here. Where is our last higher low? Coming in around about 26.35 or so. And while this one doesn't necessarily look like the strongest daily right now, as it does play out a bit of a pullback, I would refrain from actually getting bearish on this one, especially as long as above about 26.35 or so, especially on a daily closure, also in line with the 55 as well here. And for what it's worth right now, do we see any sort of a potential setup? Not necessarily on the daily. 12 hours looking like what? Bit of a pullback first, very likely probably test into that 26.5 dollar area. The question is, does it break around there? Well, actually 4 hours looking pretty bad right there, to be fair. Let's see what momentum I'll sort of say over here and come up with a bit more of a bias and see if everything's kind of turning against it right now. Yeah, here we have the daily. Actually, daily will cross back up with any sort of a closure above 27.5, and this one is actually above there right now. I would give this one a chance to bounce first. I would actually hold off on getting bearish on this until that condition is met. I believe it was below what was it, 26.30 or so, 26.30 I believe. 12 hour will turn down with any sort of a closure below 26.73 or 26.74. That would be the next sort of big warning sign in my opinion, but for right now I'd actually probably be looking for a bounce first more than anything. Then again, 4 hour looks like shit, to be fair. 28.90 going to be the magical number right there. So if that does start to play out in lieu with the hourly, which I imagine is already way down at 29.25, then that's where I start to maybe front run a decision like that. But for right now, I'd actually give it the benefit of the doubt. In this case, I don't think it's going to be doing anything like too interesting today, but 5 days still fine. I don't have any major issues with the 5 day actually at all, and I do quite like this time frame. I think that it gets it actually better than the weekly, especially for spot price action on a lot of these cryptos that don't trade or do trade over the weekends. But more importantly with this, I'm actually very hesitant to get bearish on this one. I do think that this one actually will hold up, and that probably does bode well for Bitcoin's case here. But short term, does it test a little bit further down? Probably yes. Again, understand where your risk is, and of course it's not financial advice, not financial advisor, but 26, let's just say 26.25 is going to be it. As long as you're above there, I do actually think generally okay, and sideways within this region is actually good for the boo laws. Now, of course, if you do start to lose 26.25, that's at the point where I start to look for this one to join the dumbola party all the way back down to about 20 to 21 bucks over some time. But with that said, I'm curious what the monthly looks like right here. Not getting too much from that. Bit of a green doji dildo right there. So I'll hold off and refrain from saying anything else. And hopefully that was helpful, sir.